artist on Necrobarista from Route 59. Hello. Welcome.
Hi.
So we just saw in the recording, it's kind of an adventure game. Tell us a bit, what was the root of the idea to make this kind of adventure?
So the team started off as students at university, so we were all friends initially. We always wanted to create something that was in the vein of like an anime-styled visual novel. And so we love narrative games. We love playing games like House of Fata Morgana, the stuff from Japan, the text-based games we really loved. And so we wanted to use our knowledge that we gained from university to create something different. And so we thought, what's the best and most engaging method to present text in our game? And that's when we realized that we could use adventure game-like elements to highlight extra short story content. So yeah, that's sort of how it came to be, really.
I figured it's more like a manga kind of adventure game.
Yeah, so the scenes are almost like comic frames. So we want to give the player a chance to take in the text, but also have visuals as like a secondary sort of extra flavor for it. So yeah.
Okay. I also saw you are working a lot with still pictures. Why
Yes.
did you decide to go back to the retro style of making animations instead of using modern, fluent animations?
So we actually did do a test. We did include an action scene in our first couple of demos that we showed. We sort of found it to be very difficult to read and very jarring. And so we do want moments where the player is able to have the camera be still and to take in and be able to clearly read what's going on with the story.
Okay, so it's
Yes.
kind of an interactive, and it feels like a comic.
Yes.
Kind of.
Yes. So yeah, it's just that with like if every beat has animations, you sort of just you sort of necessarily like leave them to the side, or you don't necessarily take in the animations because they're in every shot. We want the player to be really appreciate it and savor these animations that we have included.
From the gameplay, it doesn't appear like a traditional point-and-click adventure, but more like dialogue-driven, and the riddles are feeling more like a bit like mused.
I would say we're in between a visual novel and an adventure game, but with our adventure game like element, we wanted the award to be extra flavor text. So, sprinkled along the alleyway, there will be like extra objects that will come up. These objects are related to an idea or a concept. So as a player, as a reader, if you want to know more about a specific character, or if you want to know more about the cafe, then as you go through, you'll collect tokens. And so these tokens are, when you trade them in, you'll be able to unlock these extra short stories and be able to know more about the world of Necrobarista.
The cutscenes, or let's say slideshow scenes, are also part of the Switch version.
Yes.
Is memory limitations not an issue for this game?
At the moment, it's looking very much like it won't be an issue. So we're working on optimization. It's absolutely possible to have it run pretty well on Switch. So
because it's known that a lot of games actually have like half of the stuff is on the game card and the other half has to be downloaded because it's so much data.
Yes.
And most publishers don't want to invest on the larger game cards because they are quite expensive. Do you think you're using a good compression and that will fix the problem?
Yes.
Or not even having appeared the problem?
Yes. Oh, so yeah, our build at the moment does have quite a number of draw calls, but these are easily sort of weeded out. So we're working with a newer programmer who's able to really professionally sort those issues out for us.
I wonder, you said you are the lead artist, so
Yes.
what's your inspiration? Because you are an Australian company. How did you get the inspiration, or where do you get the role model for the Japanese manga style? Do you have some people that give you hints from Japan, or is that based on your own experience, or do you just try something out and see how it works out?
So it's a little bit of everything.
Okay.
Everything you said. So for me, it was because I've always loved anime, and so when I was 13, all of my cousins would give me DVDs from Japan, and so I was in love. And so, you know, I would draw fan art. I would even pause like the anime just to like, you know, even trace like the characters because I love them so much. And so that's sort of how I learned the principles of like how to illustrate in such a style. And so, yeah, like from there I bought a lot of art books basically, and really studied about like how I can really define like my own style, as well as take in the fundamental elements of manga. So,
I wonder, what's your target group of players? I mean, for example, we are a retro magazine, but you still invited us to talk to you and
Yes.
present us your game.
Yes.
So, is the retro community also a target group for this kind of game?
so any players who have played the old translated Japanese visual novels, such as even Toho, you know, or what was it? Yumineko, definitely check us out. We basically created Necrobarista as a love letter to those types of games. So yeah, if you're in the vein for something that is like old Japanese text-based, then definitely come check us out.
Okay, interesting. How about the difficulty level? Is it more for the experienced adventure gamer,
Yeah.
or is there like a difficulty level for the beginner? What's your plan?
It's an absolute game for beginners. So yeah, the puzzle elements won't be very difficult, but we're hoping to market the richness of the story as opposed to, you know, puzzle difficulty.
So you can't die in the game and have a dead end?
No, not necessarily. The only dead end is to stop reading. So.
Okay, interesting. So when are you planning to release it? And are you going to release it all at once on all platforms, or like one after another? What's your plan for the release?
Yeah, so currently the game has its script locked, as well as art pretty much locked. We're here at Gamescom to learn about player experience and optimization, but we're really looking at in the next 6 months to release. So don't have a date set yet, but we're almost ready. So yeah, as for the scheduling, we are going to release on PC first, and then for PS4 and Nintendo Switch, it'll probably be looking like 3 to 6 months down the line.
I wonder, as you said, it's more towards the beginner player. What's the average playing time you want to get out of this game?
So the game is looking to be around 6 to 8 hours in total.
Okay, so it's more like a small title, not like a title you could play for months.
Oh yes, so that's one of the points that we made like in developing designing this game. A lot of the old Japanese text novels are easily 100 hours, and it just seems like for us we wanted really dense in quality narrative. So you know it might be a bit of a short play time, but we can guarantee that the story is of an excellent quality.
You mentioned that you are at Gamescom to find out how to improve your game
Yes.
based on the gaming experience and feedback.
Yes.
So what did you learn from this show as it's now the last day? So can you tell us what you learned and what you will change and insert in the game based on the feedback you received this week?
So a lot of our feedback has been mostly button placement, as well as indications for when a scene has finished animating and when there's like no extra, I guess, content to be gleaned from that specific screen. So we're thinking about implementing a small indicator at the bottom, as well as a more intuitive menu system. So, you know, in clicking on to remember keywords, we're definitely working to streamline that a lot more. So yeah, it'll be like the tweaking of like how many clicks should it take to open up a short story.
Interesting, yeah. It's something you usually don't think about when you design a game, how many clicks.
Yeah, it's definitely like in its first iterations, but in like seeing the public play it here at Gamescom, it's looking pretty apparent that we do need to cut down the clicks a little bit, as well as loading times. That's definitely something that will be fixed in the coming months.
I don't know if you know this, how does the mouse input from the PC transform into the Switch? Because it doesn't have a mouse, so steering, controlling must be pretty different.
Yeah, so we're thinking about using the touch controls. We haven't tested it out yet,
okay.
But as soon as we get a dev kit, we'll be testing our touch controls for it, as well as thumbnail sensitivity, just so like it's a lot more cleaner.
Okay.
Especially during these explore scenes. It'll be quite a test for us.
You're not planning to use the rumble and hands-free mode or something? To detach the Joy-Con and be more interactive with the game?
For more action-based scenes, we'll definitely consider it.
Okay.
It just depends on the recording process. We're still waiting on a dev kit to be sent out to us. But as soon as that comes in, we'll be tinkering around with it.
Okay, thanks a lot for talking to us.
Yes,
Very interesting.
thank you so much. It was lovely.
Thank you.